Xin chào. What's up, everybody? All right. So today, this is going to be my biggest tip to you before you move to Vietnam. Before we get into the video, I very much appreciate it if you smash the like button. It helps with the algorithm so much and make sure that YouTube is suggesting my channel on the front page. Also commenting, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. A lot of people think they are subscribed when they're actually not, so make sure you are. If you want to see when I go live and do all kinds of wacky stuff when I go live, you got to make sure you have the bell set to all. So yeah, let's get into this. What is my biggest tip to you before you come and move here? And this is for people that are going to be moving here. Learn Vietnamese. Yeah, I've done videos kind of like this before, where like tips on things and like, but this one we're just going to focus on just literally this one topic. We're in Windway Walking Street right now, but 100% my biggest tip to you is learn the language. Study it for an hour a day, because you're not going to be able to move here for like a year if you do it like a proper way, unless you're going to be a teacher and you get like some kind of expert visa. But even then, it becomes difficult to learn it here, especially if you're a busy guy and especially if you're working a job. Like, this is my main problem with learning Vietnamese, is my time. I film so much, I'm editing, and now I'm very health conscious. You know, I'm trying to lose all this weight in 60 days, so like I've got more things on my plate than I ever have per day, and I just don't have allocated time for learning Vietnamese. That's why I wanted to take that college course, which I still will, even though some people told me not to. I still think it'll be good because it'll just make me go do it at a set time, you know, 5 days a week for the 6 weeks. So once I get the information on that, I will do a video on that, and as I'm taking the classes, I'll put the school in there and the cost of it and what I think of the actual process there. So I'm walking home from a long walking day. Actually, not really, you know. I'm on like I'm at 10,000 steps. I'm trying to hit around 14,000. So we got about 4,000 steps to go home. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you about learning the Vietnamese language and at least learning the basics. There's one good guy on YouTube. His name is Rusty Compass, and if you look back to his old stuff, he's got a lot of introductory Vietnamese, and he's very, very good at speaking Vietnamese. I highly recommend his channel. I don't know him in any way. He doesn't know me in any way. He's a guy that I learned my real basic Vietnamese my first few weeks here, when I actually had time to kind of learn stuff still, before I was filming all the time. Like, I didn't know that YouTube was going to do well for me. I wasn't sure. I mean, I had all the confidence, and I mean, yeah, it's paying off for me now, so it's literally my full-time job. And when I got here, that wasn't my full-time job. I still had my now defunct IT business. I still had that, and that's gone. That is now closed, so I don't have to pay taxes on that anymore. Anyways, yes, you should learn Vietnamese. It should be like a top priority, especially if you've got a year. In a year, if you put an hour or two in a day to learning Vietnamese, you can pretty much speak Vietnamese by the time you get here. And it doesn't matter what you learn. Everybody's like, you gotta learn Southern if you're gonna live in Southern. You can't learn Hanoian. They all understand all of it. They understand butchered words too. Like, one of the favorite things people like to do in my comment section is correct my not so great Vietnamese. But guess what? It works, guys. It works nearly everywhere I go. Xin chào is not really commonly said, but I say it, and it works. It's kind of the same with Japanese. You know, I'm not fluent in Japanese. I know quite a bit, and I mess up words, but they understand what I'm saying. Same with Korean when I'm with my Korean friends. You know, they appreciate the effort. Anywhere's going to appreciate the effort. Not many places I've ever been where they don't appreciate an effort of you trying to speak their language. So it doesn't matter if you learn Hanoian or Southern accent or Central accent. I'd say there's 5 different accents in Vietnam, and the 2 that vary the most is north to south, Hanoian to Saigonese. Like, I'll give you an example. Vong is yes, but that's usually only really used in Hanoi or up north. It's just yeah here. Like yes, like yeah. They understand that here. But I always still say Vong because it just reaffirms me on teaching, you know, different words for how you say different things, if you catch my drift. Let me put my mask on since I'm out of the Queen Hue walking street. But it's just super important that you learn the language. It's the biggest mistake I made. It's my biggest regret still. I kick myself in the ass for not doing that more. And Rusty Compass is a really good start. They also have like these language apps and like language exchange apps. Chicken Aliyah. Aliyahs are smoking hot. I don't care what anybody says. I think Viet chicks look amazing in Aliyahs. It can take a not hot chick and make her super hot. Anyways, not to get on that tangent. But if you want more on the language exchange apps, my buddy Frank Dudek, D-U-D-E-K, Frank, on YouTube, did quite a few videos on that, like when he was here. He's not on YouTube too much anymore. He's full-time working back home, so I imagine once he travels again, he'll fire up the YouTube. But he's got some pretty good information on there on using the language exchange apps. And that's what he did. He took that college course, I think I'm talking about. He took like a 4-week crash course, and then he used language exchange apps and just studied it every day for like 4 hours while I was here. And within like 3 months, he was pretty good at speaking. Like, he knew a whole hell of a lot more than I do. And I know a lot more than like half the expats I know here. Like, my one buddy, I'm always teaching him words. A lot of expats come here and don't learn any, and they don't care to learn any. You know, they know like Moy and Kem An and Xin Chao, and that's really kind of it. And they're calling everyone Moy, old, young, man, old, doesn't matter. So it can make your life just a whole lot more easier, and then you don't have to be like codependent on an agency to get all your things for you. You can do a lot of things on your own, and you know, you don't have to have a girlfriend that has to do everything for you. You can be more knowledgeable on what you're doing and stuff like that, which is gonna enrich your experience here greatly. For the most part though, do you have to know Vietnamese here, especially in Saigon? No. Not even if I go to like an all Viet district. And when I say all Viet, I mean no Westerners living there, all Vietnamese. I still have no problem. You know, point and click still works. That. Or show a picture of where you're trying to go. And, you know, there's always ways to get around without knowing a country's language. But if you're going to live here, you would be wise to brush up first, to learn Vietnamese, at least the basics. I mean, even if you don't have that much time, an hour a day will greatly improve your skill set once you arrive in Vietnam. It's really my biggest regret. As I explained earlier, I'm just so busy. It's very difficult for me to learn. And now, you know, I'm working out all the time during the day. I'm going to the gym for an hour and a half. Xin chào. Hello. Hello. So like, they know hello too, because that's how they answer the phone. But they actually say hello, hello, when they answer the phone with like an A instead of an I. But they know hello too. I still say Xin chào because it just reaffirms the Vietnamese in your head, if you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna try to do a half hour a day of like the language exchange app. Pretty quick here in the next like week. I'm gonna add it to my morning routine. I got rush hour going. I could have drove home with Winnie today after work, but I foregoed it and I decided to do the walk because, yeah, I need to lose weight, and walking is a great way to lose calories and keep a healthy heart, and just all around good for you. It's good for the mind too. If you've never really been a walker, now's your time to start. And it doesn't matter where you live. If you're even in a rural city, you can still go walk around. I've lived all over. I've lived in small rural cities, large cities, you know, suburbs. I've kind of done it all. And I've always kind of been a walker. I mean, if you have a dog, that's even easier. Then you and your dog can go walk around. I had a super active dog before I moved here that I adopted from a shelter, and we would walk 6 to 8 miles on top of my like 3-mile run every day. So I was doing like 10 or 11 miles pretty much every day. And that was part of how I got like skinny before I came here. So the weight loss thing's going good. Going off on a little topic, but like I just threw out a weight loss challenge video I started off at 231.3.5. I'm down to 228 now in just like 3 or 4 days. So I'm taking it serious. I'm not having any fast food, not any pizzas, anything like that. All natural food that I make. If you want to see like the food I make and a podcast where I cook and simultaneously do a podcast, that is on my Patreons. The newest episode is uploaded today, where I make a 5-alarm chili that is extremely hot. Like not just a little hot, but very hot. But I recommend you guys just like learn Vietnamese. It's gonna make your life so much easier here. I see so many frustrated expats here. Like I see a lot of unhappy expats here, to be honest with you. And it's usually because of the cultural barrier. They get frustrated and they can't like I've talked about this lady before, but there's literally a lady in my building. Every time I see her, she's yelling at a Vietnamese. Like I almost want to ask her, because I've rode the elevator with her twice. Like I want to ask her the next time. I'm gonna just like ball up and be like, why are you here? Are you stuck here for a job? Like, you know, you don't have to stay here if it's that bad for you. And I know a couple other guys like that here too. I have a couple expat friends that are just like, if somebody cuts them off on the bike, they're like, fuck you. Or they're getting angry over stuff that you can't compare Western rules to Vietnam rules. It's like, you're not gonna win that mind game with yourself. It's totally different here. Wrap your head around it, accept it, and move on. But I would say learn the Vietnamese language. The easiest place to start, in my opinion, is Rusty Compass. I think he starts with like food guide and then like thank yous, and he does a very good job of explaining it. He's actually a really good guy. Like his channel should be bigger. He's just inconsistent with posts. He's got a bunch of tour guides of Vietnam too. He seems like a really smart chap, so definitely check out Rusty Compass's channel. See if this van's gonna try to turn into me. Well, I got so lucky. So no beer. I'm not gonna stop and have a beer at Pasture. Cutting out all the empty carbs, shit that will do us no good. I mean, the only way I would stop here is if I'm walking by and like one of my friends is here, and I would stop and have like a little beer with him, maybe. Nobody I know is there right now. I actually know a lot of the people that go there now because I used to go there so frequently. But yeah, learn the language, and you'll thank me when you're here and you know Vietnamese, and your other friends here that have been here for years don't know almost any Vietnamese. It also will help you with dating, because not all women here are going to speak Vietnamese very well, like Winnie. And the other girls I dated before her also spoke really good English, but that was just pure luck by chance, you know. So if you want to get a leg up on it, if you want the biggest tip I can give before moving here, that's the one. And I have other tip videos on like what to pack, etc., what to bring, etc. So if you're interested in that, just go back. I think you can just type in Fat and Broke tips. Maybe I'll try to find a few and post it in the description so you can watch it after this one. But yeah, this is my greatest advice to you, is learn Vietnamese. Now, if you're from Korea or China, or Korea or Japan, you've got an area like this for the Japanese, like where there's a bunch of Japanese guys living here. They live in this building, this Lancaster building. Very popular where the Nihongo residents live. And they live in like, you know, a pocketed Japanese area to where they're with Japanese all the time. They go out to dinner with Japanese. So yeah, you can also do the same thing here as a Westerner. They have this district called District 2 where a lot of them live. And yeah, you could not know a lick of Vietnamese and get around just fine in that area. A lot of people say District 1 has a lot of Westerner expats. I don't find that to be 100% true. I mean, it kind of was more so actually when I got here, but now that the pandemic's hit, like a lot of people have relocated to D2. So I prefer D1. I like it because of its centralized location and easy walkability to a lot of different places. I think I covered what I wanted to cover, guys. I tried to hit all the bases. If you have any other suggestions on learning the Vietnamese language before you get here, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. I know one of the homies sent me something on Patreon. I just haven't gotten back to him yet on it. I think I did. Patreon's messed up, by the way, too. It doesn't tell me when a message comes in. Sometimes it doesn't tell me via email or via the app. So I have to go and manually check it. It's a wonky system for like me getting messages. So if you think I'm ignoring you on Patreon, that's simply not the cause. It's just a clunky back end. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one. Peace out.